WKTV News News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And let me guess, you're tracking some rain.
Yeah, some rain this morning. Not a whole lot, actually, which is the good news here. It's not a soaking, heavy, consistent rain. It's sporadic and light at times. In fact, here's a look at the radar. We are looking at system on and off, light drizzle and sprinkles for much of the area. And some of the other spots that might see some heavier rain showers are, in fact, in some of those higher elevations north of the valley, outside, actually north of Ohio, in between Route 28 and Route 8 itself in Herkimer County. So in a very loosely populated area there, that's where the heaviest rain is falling. Secondary round of rainfall moving through Chittenango, Cazenovia, heading its way to the north and to the east, eventually into Stockbridge and parts of Verona and Vernon in the coming hour or so. Still, you can see here the temperature map in the 60s or 50s for much of the region, and those rain showers reported in Hamilton and Syracuse early today. So what can you expect this afternoon? Well, mostly cloudy skies, on and off rainfall. Yes, there will be some peaks of sunshine, but more than not, it's going to see a little bit cloudy. But either way, we are tracking a cool down as we head into the weekend. We'll talk about those temperatures, how cool we get, and how much rain we could see from that weekend rain system coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back on this Thursday morning. Time now is 5:11, and as you head out to work this morning, keep that umbrella handy. Might not need those sunglasses. It's going to be more cloudy than not today. But either way, as we take a look right now at some area roadways, it's damp, that's for sure. It's pretty much a light, sporadic rainfall, and so there's not a whole lot of impacts to your morning commute. You see plenty of green across the board early today and no incidents to report of as well. A look at the radar, we are seeing those sporadic rain showers early this morning, and the heaviest of them actually falling in places where there's not a whole lot of roadways up in the north. But either way, expect sprinkles, drizzle, and then otherwise cloudy skies to start your morning. So as you head out the door today, temperatures will be in the 50s with this damp weather across the area. This afternoon, a passing shower, otherwise mostly cloudy skies, and temperatures in the 60s. So not too bad of an afternoon, at least temperature-wise, but we are looking at a gradual cool down as we head into the weekend. We'll talk that, plus the latest on those rainfall chances in Saturday. There could be some good news along that front. I'll have full details on that in a few minutes. Gary?
Here, Eric. Good to hear. Well, several storms have moved across parts of central
in Delhi. The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. We are tracking some rainfall today. Not a whole lot of impact weather-wise, but I'm going to quickly give you a preview of that weekend forecast. I know we're going to start out here with the elephant in the room, the cool and rainy weekend, but there's more on the surface, or beyond the surface level here of that simple forecast is what I'm going to talk about today. There's rainfall Saturday. It's cool and breezy Sunday. We're going to dive into that in a couple of minutes here and explain the changes that have been taking place behind the scenes with the data that's coming in recently. So here's a look at downtown Utica right now. 56-degree start to your day. It's a damp one. Comfortable levels of humidity and a light wind out there early this morning. The radar, sporadic light rain. There could be some pockets of light to moderate rainfall pushing its way into our area later on this morning from those showers out near Syracuse. And you can see the chance of rain outlook here today. It's on and off, not consistent. We actually do dry out for the most part tonight. And for Friday, aside from some patchy drizzle here and there, it's a pretty dry end to the work week. By Friday night, here's that rain begins to arrive heading into Saturday. And as you look at the rainfall totals here, now watch what happens with the totals by Friday night and Saturday. Here comes a nor'easter, but a lot of that rainfall actually generally misses us for much of the day on Saturday, which could be the good news when it comes to the weather trend for this weekend. So as you can see here, low pressure moves in. Here comes that nor'easter, and it slingshots out to the east. Now Saturday could be some sporadic rainfall. If it pushes east, that's good news when it comes to Sunday's weather. Now you're probably wondering how would that affect it? Well, as you can see here, as we enter this afternoon, there's some lingering on and off rain. Friday, maybe a passing light sprinkle, otherwise mainly dry weather. Then as we head into Saturday, here comes that nor'easter. If much of that rain stays out east, there's not a whole lot of low-level moisture trapped in the atmosphere as we head into Sunday. Yes, there's still light drizzle, windy conditions. It's a cool afternoon, no doubt about it. But if that rain primarily stays out east, then Sunday is trending drier. So, of course, if any of you want a drier weekend day, pretty sure a lot of you do, that's what things are trending like so far. So we're going to closely monitor how far east that nor'easter goes and have the latest trends on that weekend forecast. But either way, I think another elephant in the room is next week's weather. We're pushing 80 by next Wednesday, Gary. 80 degrees. When was the last time we said we're going to hit 80 here in central New York?
Yeah, just in time for June, right?
Yep.
Put May behind us.
Well, we'll forget about this month.
We quickly will, that's for sure. Eric, thanks. As bankruptcy looms, morning once again, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now from the Weather Center. And Eric, I know most folks can bet on this. You're tracking some rain here in May, right?
Yeah, that's right. We're tracking rain showers, but it's likely not a whole lot of rainfall. We're talking some light drizzle, if that. But in fact, let's take a look at the radar right now because the rain showers are sporadic for much of the area. In fact, for much of the area, it's actually not really raining at all, maybe light drizzle. We do have some rain showers in parts of northern Herkimer County, as well as on the cusp of Oneida County, right along the border of Madison County, outside Stockbridge right now, heading to Verona and Vernon in the coming minutes. But a look at the current conditions. We're in the 50s for parts of the state. Rain showers reported at Hamilton and in Syracuse. So today, temperatures peak in the mid-60s. Rain showers on and off, maybe some peaks of sunshine as well. But today, mainly unsettled. As we head into the next few days, we're going to start to see a gradual cool down into the weekend. We'll talk about those temperatures and the latest on rainfall into the weekend in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away each morning. In a major blow
is brought to you by Holland Farms Bakery and Deli.
The Oneonta Camp is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
Welcome back. We are heading into another minor cool down here in the area this weekend, but I do want to emphasize we head into next week. This is when things will change more on the summery side, warmer side, anything you could say that symbolizes summer-like conditions for June. Yes, this weekend in the 50s, clouds, maybe a rain shower here and there. But next week, pushing 75, nearly 80 degrees by Wednesday. A warm-up definitely is on the way. So we just got to get through what happens this weekend, and then we have all of next week to enjoy the warmth. Our photo of the day today takes us to Lawrence. So shout out to those of you watching from the town of Lawrence this morning. And it was of a rainbow taken from some afternoon showers and, of course, the prime conditions where the sun at the right angle produces that beautiful rainbow out in the distance. So thank you for the submission. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, you can send it to the link right there on the top of your screen, WKTV.com/photos. /weather/pics. Gary?
Nice thing about all the rain we've seen a lot of rainbows too.
Yes, that's the beauty part of it.
Eric, thanks. Well, how about this one? The creation of
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone. We are tracking some rain showers passing through central New York, but they don't appear to be a whole lot of, or it doesn't appear to be a whole lot of strength along with them. A look at downtown Utica. Live view outside. Cloudy skies, slightly damp conditions. The roadways, though, as you can see here, aren't entirely damp. The showers are not widespread. They're hit or miss. Either way, 56-degree start to your day today. Comfortable levels of humidity out there right now. The radar, in fact, showing the lack of rain in parts of the area, much of the Mohawk Valley and south, just western Oneida County, in parts of Herkimer County near Old Forge and Inlet, witnessing some of those rain showers early today. So when it comes to rainfall chances throughout the day today, expect on and off rainfall potential. We're not out of the woods with rainfall today. By tonight, things begin to dry up a little bit, especially by tomorrow. Aside from some light lingering drizzle, much of the afternoon Friday is actually pretty dry. It's when we head into Friday night when things get a little bit more unsettled and rainfall begins to move in. Now here's the thing. Here's the expected rainfall through Friday. Not a whole lot, negligible amounts. But watch what happens here. Look at that rainfall heading east of us. That's what's happening on Saturday. And the latest data coming in is showing that this nor'easter, which was expected to bring widespread rainfall to our area this weekend, is generally missing us. Now, we're not out of the woods with rainfall, but we're out of the woods for the heaviest or steadiest of rain. So watch what happens here. This low continues its way north. Our secondary low here, there's that nor'easter. It moves its way north and east, and it slingshots, and much of it misses us to our east. What does that mean for the weekend forecast? Well, it actually could shape up Sunday a whole lot differently. So today, sporadic rain, mix of clouds, maybe some peaks of sunshine in the evening closer to sunset. Then by the overnight hours and tomorrow morning, things gradually dry out. A mix of sun and clouds and temperatures in the upper 60s. So not too bad of a day Friday. Saturday, here comes that rain. And watch, a lot of that really misses us. There's still rain showers. We're not dry for Saturday. But as we head into Sunday, with that lack of steady rainfall, that low-level moisture in the atmosphere is going to be a lot less intense. So any lingering wraparound rain on Sunday will also be less intense. So that's good news for both weekend days. Not nearly as much of a washout. Still, it's going to be cool. That's something that's pretty much certain here. But next week, a whole different story. 60s, 70s, eventually 80 degrees on Wednesday. Looking beautiful and summer-like by next week. So the sunshine is on the horizon.
All right, the tide will turn.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. A traffic alert in Clinton.
News with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Thursday morning. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And you might want to bring that umbrella today, right?
Yeah. The one good thing is it's not actually a heavy rainfall, but yes, that umbrella might be a little bit handy this afternoon. A look outside on the radar. The rain showers we're speaking of, they're pretty much light, misty if that, and then much of the area, in fact, early this morning actually starting out dry. But notice out to the west, that rain is eventually pushing its way east. We zoom in here, parts of the North Country here in the Adirondacks, Herkimer County, near Morehouse, some rain showers there, and also some rain showers heading north of Stockbridge through the I-90 corridor, north of Chittenango, eventually into Verona and Rome in the next several minutes. In fact, I would say maybe the next half hour, 45 minutes. You can see plenty of rain reports here on these weather stations from Rochester down to Ithaca and as far locally as Hamilton, but it's still cloudy with temperatures in the 50s in Rome. So today, what can you expect? Well, on and off rainfall. That's really the story of today. I guess, silver lining here today is that the rainfall is not steady And in fact, temperatures climb into the mid-60s. Either way, we are looking at a cool down as we head into the weekend. We'll track how cool we get and the latest on that rainfall potential for Saturday coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office has made an
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back to Sunrise. Time now is 6:12, and today we are looking at rain showers and I would say not nearly as rainy as what's been in the past couple of days, or I should say last week in comparison. A look at the traffic cameras across the area. Aside from some slightly damp roadways, this rainfall is just sporadic and light, if any. In fact, a lot of spots this morning looking mainly dry. A look at the traffic tracker, obviously no impacts on roadways, no incidents to report of this morning. And the radar picking up on much of that rainfall actually taking place in western Oneida County. It will be in parts of Camden, parts of Ava. As it moves its way east, we'll start to see more of that in the Oneida County area later on this morning. But again, the rain showers following the overnight rain are a bit of a hit or miss. So today, lingering light drizzle and sprinkles. This afternoon, temperatures going from the 50s up into the 60s with just a passing shower, otherwise mostly cloudy skies. And as we head into tonight and tomorrow, things will actually dry up a little bit, but we are tracking more rain into the weekend. There are some updates on the latest trend of where that rain's going on Saturday. The full details on that coming up in a few short minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Severe storms have moved across parts of central Texas, bringing heavy rain, hail, and high damaging winds. Check this out right here. A gas station in Austin severely damaged. Winds also toppled trees and power lines. There are reports that wind gusts at the airport in Austin actually exceeded 75 miles per hour at the height of the storm as well. It's still unclear if there were any injuries. The time right now.
Spoil your day. Watch for the Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast and be ready for your drive to and from work. The Storm Tracker 2 Commutecast is brought to you by the Pratt Munson College of Art and Design. Visit Pratt Munson today and ignite curiosity and creativity.
Golfers, get your WKTV golf card today. Don't miss out.
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Today we begin with some on and off rain, cloudy skies, and temperatures in the 50s. Downtown Utica, a live view outside right now. We begin with, in fact, Utica being somewhat dry out there. Roadways not nearly as damp as earlier this morning with that patchy drizzle. Temperatures in the 50s, you can see here, and cloudy skies. The radar is picking up on that rainfall out near the western portions of Oneida County. We put a tracker on this. We can actually see the direction it's going, which of course is north and east. So this will enter northwestern, or I should say northern Oneida County within the next hour or so, approaching Boonville area. Meantime, as you head out east, a lot less rainfall for those of you in the Mohawk Valley earlier this morning. But either way, this afternoon, there are still rainfall chances. Sporadic passing showers mixed in with cloudy skies. So it's not a complete washout by any means. In fact, by tonight, things actually dry up even more. And Friday, aside from some lingering drizzle in the morning, turns out dry with some sunshine in the afternoon. But by Friday evening and Friday night, you can see that upward trend of rainfall chances. That's from that approaching low pressure bringing rain on Saturday. So here's the expected rainfall today through Friday. Notice again, not a lot. Watch what happens here. Ready? Here it goes. There's all that rainfall. And if you're looking at this map here, this is until Saturday afternoon. And I mentioned rain on Saturday, but yet all that is pretty much out to the east. And that's the latest trends on what's happening for this weekend. Watch here. High pressure outside of our area. We got this low moving in from the southwest. And then that nor'easter slingshots its way east, missing much of our area. We're still not out of the woods with rainfall, but if we get out of that heaviest of rain Saturday, this means good news, of course, not only for Saturday's weather, but also for Sunday's weather. Rainfall-wise, there's still going to be cool and windy conditions either way. But let's plan it out here in the Skycast. Today, on and off patches of showers, sunshine actually peeking out this evening. A mix of sun and clouds tomorrow, temperatures in the 60s. Actually, not too bad of a day Friday. A little breezy, though. Then, clouds increase overnight. Here comes that rain. Much of that leaves or stays out to the east. We still have backside rain showers. That's not out of the question here. But then as we head into Sunday, with the lack of that consistent, steady rain in the atmosphere, those low levels of the atmosphere are actually going to be a lot more dry, meaning that if there's no forcing in the atmosphere, Sunday will also be trending a little bit more dry. So we could be seeing drier conditions for the second half of the weekend. Either way, it's still going to be cool, temperatures in the 50s. Next week, much different story. 60s, 70s, pushing 80 by Wednesday. I think this is something that once we hit June, we get that warm temperature, we're going to just forget about May.
Yeah.
We're going to toss it aside.
Bye-bye, May. Eric, thanks. Well, as bankruptcy looms for Wolf, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Libitor. Can we expect a third straight beautiful day today? Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now from the Weather Center. And Eric, I know you're tracking some light showers, but how bad is that rain going to get today?
It's actually not too bad rain-wise. We're actually going to be dealing with rain and clouds on and off rainy conditions, so thankfully not too bad. Here's a look at the radar right now. We are tracking some rain showers out west of central New York this morning. In fact, right along the Syracuse I-81 line out there right now. And the trend of this is moving its way north and east. So northern Oneida County, we'll see the potential for this rain to move in the next hour or so. In fact, we can see here what was rainfall about an hour or so ago north of Ohio is now dry. Same thing for those rain showers between the border of Madison and Oneida County. That's since moving its way north as we speak. So today's conditions, 50s. Rain showers out west, mostly cloudy here with some light drizzle here locally. And the next 12 hours, clouds, rain, on and off, temperatures in the 60s. As we head into tomorrow, things are going to trend a little more dry, but then by the weekend, rain moves in again, but will it be a washout or are things trending on the drier side? The full detailed look at that weekend forecast coming up in a few minutes. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are following some breaking news this morning.
Is your ticket yet?
The Oneonta Cam is brought to you by Semicron Danfoss.
A cloudy view out there on this Thursday morning. In fact, some spots witnessing some light rain. We can see it here on our live radar. Pockets of western Oneida County and parts of the Adirondacks in Hamilton County seeing much of the rainfall today. The rest of us starting out mainly dry. However, as we head throughout the afternoon, some passing showers are still possible. We're not out of the woods with rainfall for the day today. But our photo of the day today takes us to Laurens. Shout out to those of you tuning in from Laurens this morning. And this is a photo of a rainbow, which we've seen maybe not a whole lot, at least earlier in the month. You also need rain and sunshine, but recently, like last week, there were just enough pockets of sunshine peeking out where there were plenty of submissions of rainbows. So that's one of the beautiful things of springtime if we get rain and, of course, that all-too-elusive sunshine we haven't seen for a lot of this month. Spoiler alert, there could be some more sunshine arriving by next week. If you have a photo like this you'd like to share with us, you can send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Gary?
Eric, thanks. One of the most familiar items in your work.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning on this Thursday. We begin with cloudy skies and some on and off rain showers to start your day today. Downtown Utica, in a spot where it's not officially raining right now. In fact, after some morning drizzle, things have dried up a little bit. Either way, it is a mild start to the day today. Sky watchers across the area checking in. First off, Bob in Clinton, 55. Mike in New Hartford, 56. Todd in Westdale, 55. Bill and Sean in Old Forge and Inlet with 53 degrees. By the way, if you live in this area here in Herkimer County, any of these towns listed, aside from Mohawk, we are looking for any of you to submit temperatures to our morning show. You can email weather@wktv.com, your temperature in the mornings. We'd love to have you. Of course, we'll shout out your name, too, for your commitment to this, too. Looking for sky watches again in this area, especially summertime and wintertime when it comes to those temperatures that might be very important for the forecast. Then back to the southern valleys, Skevis, Gary with 53, and Scott and Evanston with 54 degrees. So the radar, not entirely dry, but also we have some pockets of dry conditions in Madison County, Herkimer County, and Otsego County. But still out west, here's that rain band. It's going to move north and east throughout the morning, heading into northern United County, eventually Herkimer County in the next few hours. Rainfall potential, although that's where much of our rain is falling this morning. A passing shower possible this afternoon, as well as a light sprinkle expected Friday morning. Then Friday itself looking rather dry. Friday night into Saturday is when our next round of rain arrives. And you can see here, for today and tomorrow, not a whole lot of rainfall accumulation expected. As you can see here, though, the changes in that forecast for Saturday, much of that rainfall actually falls east of us. We can see this system here, this coastal low or this nor'easter moving up the coast, will actually miss a lot of our area. We're not out of the woods with rainfall. This doesn't mean we're going to be entirely dry, but still, a lot of that does miss our region when it comes to sustained, heavy, soaking rain. Today, sporadic rain, maybe some peaks of sunshine around sunset. Then tomorrow, aside from some light lingering drizzle in the morning, the afternoon, partly sunny, temperatures in the 60s. Then that rain moves in, much of it stays out in the capital region by Saturday morning. Wraparound rain Saturday evening in the overnight, and with the lack of sustained rainfall throughout the day Saturday, it's going to try a little more dry for Sunday, but it's still going to be a cool one. 50s Saturday, Sunday, but just forget about it. We've got the next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, approaching 70s, pushing 80, with a warm stretch expected for the first few days of June.
Eric Gage joining us now, and Eric, that camera sort of showed the scene around the area with those drops right on the face.
Yeah, I got some light rain across the board today. A live look from our vantage point here on Smith Hill. Well, you usually get a great view of the valley here. Well, today, well, we got a little bit of rain showers here on the camera itself. So it is 60 degrees out, so it's not a terribly cold day out there, but again, the radar is picking up on this light drizzle at this point. We are not tracking this rain to be steady for the remainder of the day today. In fact, we turn on the play button here. Watch how this band of rain is moving its way east. In between some of these rain bands, there will be pockets of cloudy skies and dry weather. So still just nuisance rain today. That's really about it. And as we head throughout the day today, temperatures will peak in the low to mid 60s. So again, it's not a terribly cool day today. In fact, we will see some partial clearing in the sky this evening before sunset. Dry conditions tonight and a mainly dry Friday. However, as we head into the weekend, we are looking at a cool down. We'll let you know exactly how cool we get and those rain chances as well in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Brand new this noon.
Storm Tracker 2 provides weather updates based on your location. Sign into the app for your hourly to daily weather forecasts. There are many features within this app, such as radar for not only precipitation, but clouds and temperatures as well. This information is provided by our local meteorologists. All of these features blend to create an easy application for you to use. Find Storm Tracker 2 now on both the App Store and Google Play. The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
A rainy one out there this afternoon. Temperature is slowly climbing into the low 60s. A live look outside in Utica right now. Roadway's a little damp. Again, the rainfall isn't too heavy, but it is still just a nuisance rainfall today. And again, a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We've got these pockets of light showers. There's nothing that indicates anything heavy falling at this point. In fact, beyond this, we'll actually see some partial drying this afternoon. We'll get to that here in a second. We can see the chance of rain for the next couple of days. It's initially on and off. It dries out tonight. Lingering drizzle Friday morning. By Friday afternoon, the sun is shining. Then those rain chances increase again, heading into Friday night and into Saturday morning. The reasoning for it is right here. So here's this surface map of the atmosphere. High pressure weakening to our north, this low which is dragging along that rain into our area. Now as we head into tonight, things dry out a little bit, maybe a passing shower Friday morning. There's a nor'easter that moves in, but also look at this cold front that comes in from the northwest. This is going to slingshot south and watch it slingshot this low pressure out to sea. We're not going to get completely out of the rain from this event, but just watch here. That cold front moves in, look at all that cold air in place and that rainfall moving to the north and east. So the brunt of this rain misses us, but we still will see some rainfall from this system as we head into Friday night into Saturday, which means that yet again we will be seeing a damp weekend, or at least partially. It's not expected to be a complete washout for the entire time. We can see here on the Skycast that rainfall, passing showers this afternoon, some peaks of sunshine this evening mixed in with those passing showers. So one of those mixed bags of weather today. Then tonight, we dry out. Tomorrow morning, we could see a passing sprinkle mixed in with sunshine and clouds. And then by Friday night, clouds increase again, and here comes that rainfall. Again, a lot of that sticks out to the capital region and farther east. But throughout the day Saturday, we're going to get that northwesterly wind. It's going to be windy. It's going to be cool. Temperatures in the 50s, low 60s, and some lingering drizzle. So it's going to be a damp one for Saturday, no doubt about it. Likely a lack of sunshine as well. On Sunday, it's trending a little more dry based off of that eastward trend of that nor'easter. But I want to let me just stand here and block out the weekend and just look to what's the side of me here. Ignore the weekend. Next week, we've got temperatures in the 60s, 70s, and 80s with sunshine, June-like weather. In fact, warmer than June-like weather arriving next week. So above average temperatures, sunshine. I think we are just in desperate need to, once we get out of May, just forget about it. And it's a May that we don't want to remember.
Yeah, and hopefully the weekend won't be that bad.
Yeah.
Eric, thanks. Immigration judges have now. Meteorologist Eric Gage joining us now, and I know about an hour ago, at least, the sun was trying to peek out up here.
Trying its best, but the rain has a different plan, and so we got some rain showers across the area. I'll look at some area cameras. You can see here, Oneonta, generally overcast, rain showers in Utica. Our tower cam on Smith Hill. Yeah, side of a golf ball there too. Yeah, it's quite the rainy scene up here on the hill, and of course in Cooperstown right now, a damp early afternoon. So across the region, it is a pretty unsettled start to your afternoon across the area. So the radar is picking up on this light rain for now. As we head throughout the afternoon, the rainfall will be a bit less consistent, mixed in with even some peaks of sunshine as well. You can see here Buffalo reporting mostly cloudy skies and relatively dry weather. Much of that rain is isolated into central New York. So today, still a passing shower, drying conditions by sunset tonight, and mainly dry weather for your Friday, aside from a passing drizzle. But by the weekend, it does cool down, and we are expecting rainfall. We'll mention how cool we get and how much rain we could see coming up in that full forecast. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A 64-year-old man is...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are tracking rain showers, stubborn rain across the board. A live look at downtown Utica right now. It's a little damp out there today, and the temperatures, although actually not too bad, in the upper 50s, low 60s, and continuing to climb. The radar is picking up on mainly just some nuisance rainfall. Nothing appears to be heavy at this point. In fact, things are going to trend a little more dry this evening with some peaks of sunshine before sunset, believe it or not. So here we are with a chance of rain for today and the next few days. We start out with that rainfall chance ending by tonight. Maybe some patchy drizzle tomorrow, but sunshine moves in. It's going to be a breezy 60, 65, 70-degree day tomorrow. Then the best chance for rain arrives Friday night into Saturday. And this is what we're going to be focusing on, at least for now. So the bigger picture shows that low pressure guiding along that leading edge of rainfall last night. That rainfall has ended, or at least the heaviest of that rainfall has ended. And now we're seeing the backside of this low. Now watch what happens as we head into this weekend. So this low exits to the east, we're tracking another low pressure. This basically a nor'easter, aside from this being in the warm season, so we're not seeing snow from this. This is going to move up the coast, and it's going to collide with this approaching cold front, dragging in that cooler weather. It's going to be a cool and breezy weekend for your Saturday as well as Sunday. The silver lining here is that much of this energy is actually shifting out to the east, meaning that we're not going to see the brunt of the heaviest of that rainfall. So when it comes to rainfall totals, today and tomorrow, you can see here not a whole lot of notable accumulation with rain, but watch what happens Friday and Saturday. That accumulation map primarily sticks to the capital region and for most locations out east. So here locally, the rainfall, which will still be present, will not be nearly as intense. So today, we started out temperatures in the 50s, climbed a few more degrees this afternoon. You can see here some glimpses of sunshine before sunset. Also, of course, a chance for rainfall as well. That's the everything but the kitchen sink expected this afternoon with the mix of rain, sun, and clouds. Regardless, tonight, it dries out. Tomorrow, aside from some patchy drizzle, a mix of sun and clouds, and temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. A pretty decent breeze as well, by the way. Then Friday night, here comes that rain. Again, much of that heaviest of that rainfall stays out to the east. We will see some nuisance rain, cool, breezy, cloudy conditions Saturday, so we're not done with that just yet. So your 7-day forecast, I mentioned in the last half hour, just ignore this section of the 7-day forecast and focus more on this section, which is showing a lot more sunshine and a lot more warmth. Unfortunately, though, it's not falling on the weekend. It's falling next week. So we got to get through some cool and damp conditions Saturday and Sunday. Eventually, we'll see that warmth and summer-like conditions arrive just in time after the first of the month next week. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We are back with News Talk and
Tracking showers across central New York. They are moving to the east, and we've got some drier weather taking place this evening. After a pretty dreary day, things are going to end on a nicer note. A live look outside, 63 degrees, cloudy skies. The humidity is up. It feels pretty damp outside. We'll have a break in the rain tonight and tomorrow. We're tracking more rain for the weekend. It looks like another weekend of wet weather, especially Saturday, and cool and breezy conditions as well. But there's a very, very sharp change in the weather pattern that's expected for next week. We're going to get away from the cold, dreary weather, and we're going to go into the opposite direction. We've actually got some more summer-like temperatures here as we head into next week. We're tracking the warm-up. A look at the forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Yes,
Bill,
say
thank
more,
you.
right?
Yeah, just say more. Oneida County.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Another dreary day across central New York. The weather does improve tomorrow, and you have an opportunity to get the lawn cut. Tomorrow looks like a dry day, and we're encouraging people to get that done if it needs to be done, because we're tracking rain over the weekend. Both Saturday and Sunday look wet. Our MoCast It's brought to you by Clinton Tractor. And the reason why we're dealing with rain is we've got yet another nor'easter expected for the weekend. This one is not going to be a direct hit. This one looks like it's going to be just to our east. So we won't be dealing with any really heavy rain, but we'll be dealing with clouds, breezy conditions, and cool weather both Saturday and Sunday. And then as the system departs, this stage is set for a significant change in the weather pattern. There's been a lot of consistent data to suggest that's going to happen for next week. Current temperature 63 degrees. Is that sunshine that I spot? A couple of breaks of blue here and there. Yeah, a little bit. That's looking to the west, so that's heading in our direction. The evening should be a little bit nicer compared to most of today. Showers continue to linger from areas Little Falls eastward, and again, these showers are moving out. By the way, you can always track the weather on your phone by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Temperatures are on the cooler side because of the clouds and showers. Westmoreland 67 degrees, Little Falls 66. Across Southern Valleys, Sherburne 67, Oneonta 64, Cooperstown 65. Showers moving to the east tonight. We get a window of dry weather tomorrow. You can see some breaks in the overcast out towards Buffalo. That's headed our way. And then the next weather system, like mentioned, will be developing here for the weekend. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s. Tomorrow, we start out the day with partly cloudy skies. Dry weather throughout the day. Temperatures will be near 70. Clouds will start to thicken up tomorrow night. Rain showers arrive Saturday. Again, notice the heavier bands look to be east out towards Albany. We'll have some on and off showers throughout the day. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Cool and breezy will be the name of the game to start the weekend. Cloudy skies tonight, low 53 tomorrow. Mostly cloudy skies, 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Yes, the weekend is cool and breezy, but things change in a big way. Monday, partly sunny skies, 68. We're up to 78 Tuesday, 83 Wednesday, 82 Thursday, a much more summer-like pattern here, which, I mean, it is inevitable. You can't hold back summer. It's coming.
It's coming.
We're gonna break out, unfortunately, after the weekend.
You know, after the stretch of rain, though, that we've had, I want you to keep talking. Like, keep saying sunshine.
It's coming.
It's coming.
All right, Bill, thank you.
If you find it,
Let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Who knows when the rain will stop?
Yeah, it is going to come to an end, especially as we head into next week. We've had a little over 6 inches of rain for the month of May. That is a lot. It's a lot more than usual. We have yet to crack the top 10 list. We've had a lot of Mays that have been wetter than this May, believe it or not. Just took this picture moments ago. This is right outside the studios. What is that? That is the sun. It is making an appearance just late this evening. We will see a much nicer finish to the day. It's been very gloomy, especially this morning. Temperatures will be in the 70s tomorrow. We've got a couple of cold, wet days Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures in the 50s, but then the weather changes. A big time change in the jet stream is going to help bring much more summer-like temperatures to central New York beginning Tuesday. Again, those showers are moving out. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Sunshine moving in. Should be a much nicer evening. Good evening to take the dog out for a walk. Tonight's featured dog Moose from Richfield Springs. If you want to be part of this, head to Skycast WKTV on Facebook. This is brought to you by Nissan. Kristen, back to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. It will be 98 degrees.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. The weather is going to turn wet again heading into the weekend, but we do get a break from the rain for the short term. We'll get a chance to dry out this evening. The weather does improve. Weather looks nice here for Friday. If you're doing gardening, the weekend is not looking great. Tracking rain Saturday and Sunday, but we should get a chance to dry out heading into next week. Our weekend streak continues. This began after the middle of November. We have not had a completely rain or snow-free weekend since November 16th and 17th. But again, you got to keep that in mind that there were many weekend days that were dry. We just didn't get two of them in a row since November 16th and 17th. And this one will also fall into that category. The streak is going to continue as we head into the weekend. Saturday and Sunday look wet as an area of low pressure, nor'easter, moves up the coast This one is not going to be producing heavy rain locally. It looks like the worst of this is going to go to the east. That also includes the worst of the wind, but it will be breezy and cool both Saturday and Sunday before things turn around in a very big way early next week. Sunshine showing up this evening. And if you don't believe me, take a look at this. Current temperature 63 degrees, a live look in downtown Utica. Looking at showers moving to the east this evening. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. So again, the weather does improve. You can always track the weather and have the Doppler radar at your fingertips by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Skywatchers checking in. Clinton 65 degrees, Barneveld 58, Old Forge 57, Cooperstown 66, Worcester 65. Again, showers moving to the east finally this evening. We're going to get a window of dry weather tonight and tomorrow as the weather patterns move in from the west. But there's going to be the next area of low pressure that develops as we head into the weekend. Again, that brings us widespread rain. Tonight, mostly cloudy. Overnight lows drop down into the 50s. Tomorrow, we're looking at a dry day, mostly cloudy. Some sunshine late, temperatures near 70. Tomorrow night, increasing clouds. Widespread rain develops Saturday, especially east of Utica. Temperatures are looking chilly Saturday with highs only in the 50s, breezy conditions. Tonight, cloudy, low 53. Tomorrow, dry, mostly cloudy, 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A breezy, cool weekend, on and off showers, especially Saturday. On Monday, 68. We do get a chance to dry out, and we're expecting sunshine. Looking ahead to Tuesday and Wednesday, warm weather, highs in the low 80s Wednesday and Thursday. We'll be right back.
Bill Cardis.
So it's been a dreary day, but it's ending on a nicer note. We're expecting rain showers to move out of our area. We're already seeing some breaks of sunshine too, so the weather does improve for the rest of today. Temperature-wise, 66 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. And again, it's been a dreary day, but it is starting to warm up at the end of the day. We'll get some breaks in the rain tonight and tomorrow. Rain returns this weekend. It does look gloomy and breezy and chilly, but there are some very strong signs that the weather pattern is going to change in a big way as we head into next week. Cloudy, a couple of lingering sprinkles this evening. Again, we're tracking a cool weekend, but big changes for next week. I'm tracking some much warmer temperatures ahead. I'm going to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. It will be 98 degrees.
Get your WKTV golf card today. Don't miss out.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. If you've got to get the lawn cut, you do have an opportunity to take care of it before the weekend. We'll get a chance to dry out heading into tomorrow as we look at our MoCast. That's going to be hands down the best day to cut the lawn over the next 3 days. We have rain in the forecast Saturday and Sunday. In fact, it looks like a washout. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Low pressure is expected to develop off the Atlantic coast heading into the weekend, bringing steady rain, in fact, soaking rain for areas east of Utica. We're all expecting rain and chilly, breezy weather. It's just the heaviest stuff looks to miss our area. This is going to linger into Sunday before the weather starts to improve. We are seeing a very significant shift in the weather pattern beginning next week. Live look outside. The sunshine is out. If you don't believe me, here it is. Looking at blue skies, some cloud cover, temperature of 66 degrees in downtown Utica. A much nicer finish to a very gloomy start to the day. A couple of showers moving out. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Reminder, you can always download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. It's a way you can carry our radar on the go, and you can also get instant weather alerts to your phone. Skywatchers checking in. Whitesboro, 66 degrees. Bob and Clinton, 65. Old Forge, 57. Skinnevis, 66. Worcester, Carroll checks in with 65. We do have a window of dry weather for the short term. Tonight, tomorrow look dry, and then that nor'easter will get its act together and move in, bringing us another wet weekend. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, mostly cloudy skies tonight. Overnight lows drop into the low 50s. Tomorrow, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies, but we are dry. Temperatures will be near 70. Clouds will thicken up tonight or tomorrow night, and the rain will arrive on Saturday. It looks to be heaviest east of central New York, but some showers will be lingering around, and it stays cool with temperatures only in the 50s. Tonight, cloudy skies, a low of 53. Tomorrow, a dry day, mostly cloudy, generally pleasant, high of 71. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It's breezy, it's wet both Saturday and Sunday. Temperatures will be in the upper 50s. It's also pretty chilly at night. We're down into the 40s. Monday, partly sunny skies, 68. And then that significant warm up is expected, and it's going to feel a lot more like summer. We're in the 70s on Tuesday and then into the 80s Wednesday and Thursday.
Get out your sunscreen finally, right?
Yes.
Sunscreen all the time, Jason.
Well, not when it's raining. All right, thank you, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6, we're going to help tonight. A northern Canadian town is under threat from dangerous wildfires burning out of control. Hundreds of residents have been forced to evacuate the area near Swan Hills in Alberta. The fire, fueled by extreme heat, low humidity, and strong winds, has already scorched more than 11,000 acres and growing. A state of emergency has been declared for the entire province. As of this morning, close to 50 wildfires were burning across the province, 24 classified as out of control. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis now, not only with a first look at the forecast, but I want to talk about this because a couple of years ago, we saw significant smoke. There was always a haze in the air.
Yeah.
That summer was a little different. Could something like that happen again this year?
Well, the conditions are there for wildfire smoke, and we have to think outside of our area. I know It's been so wet. How is it even possible that we could be going here? Well, we're talking about a very different part of Canada, hundreds of miles away. While we've been getting all the rain, they've been getting the dry weather. There's the source region. Watch this smoke. This is going to be dropping to our south. It's a close call. We won't be getting this first round, but as long as these fires continue, it's just going to take a matter of time before that wind turns in our direction. So that's something we'll be watching going forward. Let's take a look at the radar this evening. It's been pretty quiet. We've been tracking some rain showers throughout the day. Temperatures are pretty comfortable outside. We're looking at a temperature of 57 degrees, partly cloudy skies. The weather is looking dry throughout this evening and tonight. Temperatures will climb into the 70s tomorrow. Our next round of rain arrives for the weekend. This will bring widespread rain both Saturday and Sunday, but there are some big signs that the weather will change, and we'll get into much warmer weather going forward. Partly cloudy skies tonight, overnight lows in the low 50s. I'm tracking the next round of rain that arrives. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. As a dog found near death in Clark Mills' apartment improves.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. It looks like our streak will continue with rain at some point over the weekend. We've had this streak going since November, where that was the last time we had a 100% completely rain-free weekend. We've had several weekends where one day had no rain, but the other day had rain. So again, this is for both days. And this really shouldn't be a surprise. It's been a very wet stretch of weather, and it's been a very active winter, and we're getting into an active late spring. The next weather system, back-to-back nor'easters this weekend. This one heads up the coast and produces widespread rain Saturday. It looks like the heaviest of this is going to be to the east, but we will be dealing with a wet, windy, and chilly day and a chilly weekend. With that being said, tomorrow is the day to cut the lawn. It's going to be your best opportunity for that. We're looking at dry weather. Should be a nice afternoon. Saturday and Sunday look wet. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Live looking downtown Utica, we've got the crescent moon and some high clouds, temperature of 57 degrees, dry conditions out there. Had some wet weather earlier today. A reminder, you can get weather information on your phone along with the radar and instant weather alerts by downloading our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. Bigger picture, we have a window of dry weather, so things look pretty quiet for the short term, but again, that nor'easter is going to be developing for the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, it's dry. Mostly cloudy skies, overnight lows in the 50s. Tomorrow we start out with partly cloudy skies, and again, it looks pretty nice tomorrow. Temperatures will be near 70, mix of clouds and sunshine. More clouds than sun, though, for the most part. Our nor'easter gets going Saturday. Notice the heaviest rain is to the east, out towards Albany, but it is a cool, breezy, and wet day with temperatures in the 50s. Tonight, cloudy skies, a low of 53. Tomorrow, pretty nice afternoon, mostly cloudy, 71 with a light breeze. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast, breezy over the weekend and wet both Saturday and Sunday. Next week looks very different. Back to sunshine Monday, 68. We're in the upper 70s Tuesday, into the low 80s Wednesday and Thursday. So going towards summer in a hurry here.
Meteorological summer is upon us.
It's coming.
All right, thank you, Bill. Coming up next, a local fire tonight. A northern Canadian town is under threat from dangerous wildfires burning out of control. Hundreds of residents there have been forced to evacuate an area near Swan Hills. That's in Alberta, Canada. The fire, fueled by extreme heat, low humidity, strong winds, already scorched more than 11,000 acres, and it's growing. State of emergency has been declared for the entire province of Alberta. And as of today, close to 50 wildfires were burning across the province, 24 out of control. I want to bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis, not only for a first look at the forecast, but to talk a little bit more about this, because this is something that a couple of years ago, those wildfires made the smoke come down here, and it was kind of a different summer that year.
Yeah, and a lot of people are thinking, how is this even possible? It's been so wet. But got to think big here. We're looking at the central part of Canada, Alberta, Saskatchewan. This has been incredibly dry. It's very wet just to our north, but it's a very different story out here. It's the winds that can blow the smoke. Thankfully, the winds that do blow the smoke will blow it to the south and west of us. We get clipped by this a very small amount. I don't even think you'll even notice this, but looks like the worst of this is going to go to our west this time, but we will be keeping an eye on this over the next couple of weeks. So let's take a look at the radar this evening. It has been dry after a wet start to the day. We've gotten a chance to have a nice evening here, and we are looking at partly cloudy skies. A temperature of 55 degrees, clear skies in place. We'll see temperatures tomorrow near 70. A nice day. The weather turns over the weekend. Showers, steady rain at times. Temperatures only in the 50s both Saturday and Sunday, but then we start to see changes and a warm-up looking ahead. Partly cloudy tonight, low of 53. We're tracking wet weather heading into the weekend. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. As a dog found...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. The last completely rain and snow-free weekend that we've had in Central New York, November 16th through the 17th. Every single weekend since then has had some form of rain or snow at some point during the weekends. We've had some dry days too, because I don't want to overplay this, but we're going to have another wet weekend here in Central New York. This streak is going to continue with rain Saturday and also Sunday. The steadiest rain Saturday is due to a nor'easter. That's going to move up the coast. It looks like the heaviest is going to be to our east, so we're not concerned about flooding locally, but it will be a cool, cloudy day with rain showers and a steadier rain, especially in the morning, some lingering showers on Sunday. With that being said, the best day to cut the lawn is going to be tomorrow. Over the weekend, again, wet weather expected Saturday and Sunday. Our MoCast is brought to you by Clinton Tractor. Live look in downtown Utica, some high clouds out there. Nice finish to the day, temperature of 55 degrees. We're looking at dry conditions on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. By the way, a little bit of solar activity tonight. Very marginal chances to see the northern lights. You need a camera, but you might get lucky tonight. If you look to the north and you can have your camera in night mode, you might be able to catch it. My recommendation would be over the next hour, because we do have clear skies in place, but again, it's a relatively small chance. By the way, you can download our Storm Tracker 2 weather app. It's free. You also get alerts, notifications, and updates throughout the day. And again, we're recommending folks to do that as we head into the summer months. Bigger picture shows a window of dry weather for tomorrow. So things look quiet for the short term, but again, that nor'easter will spoil things for the weekend. Storm Tracker 2 skycast, mostly cloudy tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 50s. Friday looks mostly cloudy. We'll see some breaks of sunshine, temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. Rain showers return Friday night. steadier rain out towards Albany. On Saturday, it's a cool, wet, breezy day with temperatures in the 50s. Cloudy tonight, low 53. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, 71 for the high. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Breezy conditions, showers over the weekend, temperatures in the 50s. The weather remarkably changes. On Monday, a high of 68, sunshine. Tuesday, Wednesday looking dry, very summer-like, temperatures in the low 80s.